from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to let go of whatever's keeping you awake so I can put you to sleep with more than a few meanders, I guess. Welcome to Sleep With Me, the podcast that's here to put you to sleep. We do it with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake. That could be thoughts on your mind, things on your mind, thoughts about the past, the present, the future, thinking thoughts. Those thinking thoughts. Was that ever a song? Those thinking thoughts. I barely sang there. I don't know. Was that, who sang that? One of those great singers did. Holy mackerel, was that a good one? I think it was, that song is like a traditional, so my thoughts don't even have no rhyme. That was another one I liked. Is the Overthinkers ever been, like there could be so many jokes in there about the Overthinkers. Yeah, the Overthinkers, they never put out any albums or music. Too much, there's no joke in there. It's too much truth, too much planning. Think thought, thunk. That was another classic. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to set up a sleep podcast. I'm not even in the intro. Welcome to the show. This is Sleep With Me. Sorry about that. This is a podcast to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff so you can fall asleep. It's a sleep podcast we've been making, 12, 13 years now. And it's just a friendly voice in the deep, dark night. If you're new, just kind of see how it goes. I'll be here to keep you company, ease you into bedtime at first, and then keep talking about brick building and Legos later. That's why I had that, I failed at a Legos joke. Said, let's let go of that Lego joke, Scoots. It wasn't, yeah. So if you're new to the show, it is very different. Give it a few tries and just see how it goes. You got nothing to lose. And yeah, we'll just be here to keep you company. So it's kind of like a calling a friend or watching a show, but barely paying attention. And what we got coming up is support. So paying for the show is optional, particularly optional for the people that are just temporary listeners, casual listeners, or new listeners. Then there'll be a long, meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime. And then later on, I'll be reading through the instructions of a brick building kit. Actually, the second half of the instructions, I think, of a brick building kit, if my memory serves, or if not, I have no idea. And as you'll see, I don't have, talk about perfect for sleep. I don't have a brick building vocabulary. And I mean, can you imagine that? I mean, I guess it would defeat the purpose of putting you to sleep if I made flashcards of bricks and then, and their names. Maybe if you're interested in that and it would get you to donate money to the Orlando Park Stop fundraiser for the Trevor Project, you could do that anytime, not just during the fundraiser in the summer. Let me know. Maybe I'll read flashcards if I could raise money for a good cause. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. And if you're new, you're a casual listener, you're an occasional listener, don't worry about this. If the podcast makes your life better on a regular basis, we definitely could use your help. And these are the ways you could help the show back that helps you out. Hey, everybody, Scoots. It's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix. And this is going to be an interactive experience or indirect interactive. So you're going to go to helixsleep.com/sleep. That's where I'm going now. Because I'm trying to pick out a new mattress. I moved. I couldn't bring my Helix with me. I miss it so much. So I'm going to take the sleep quiz. And I'm looking for a queen size. And, first thing you do is pick your sleep position. I sleep mostly on my stomach, a little bit on my side. I do it, I guess, but I'm tossing and turning most nights. So I'm going to pick toss and turn. My preference has changed over the last, traveling. I think I do prefer a firm feel. So I'm going to pick firm feel. Do I ever wake up with back pain? Sometimes I do. So I'm going to pick sometimes. And how often do you sleep hot? Every night is when I sleep hot. I got to stay cool. And so the mattress I got matched with was the Helix Twilight. It's a firm feel, 2-edge support, breathable cover for side sleepers. And I do think I want it with the Glaciotex cool cover and Cool Force layer. So I'm going to pick out some more details here in a little bit before I get it. But that's how easy it is to find the mattress that suits you and your needs, right? I want the mattress that fits my needs. Doesn't mean it's going to be the best mattress for you. That's what's amazing about Helix and their quiz. You just take the quiz. You see if it fits your needs. You take it with your partner. You pick the mattress you get matched with. And then it comes straight to your door, shipped free of charge, and you just set it up, and you're good to go. I mean, I cannot wait to get back into a Helix mattress. So let me know, take the quiz, let me know what mattress you get matched with, and then Helix always has great deals for our listeners, so check it out. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep to see the latest offers for Sleep With Me listeners. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for current offers. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots, and I got a question for you. If you listen all night long, if you fall asleep fast, if you listen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week, if you've listened over a year, is Sleep With Me something you could easily replace? Like with something else, like you say, no problem. I got tons of other stuff that would work just as well as you, Scoots. I only listen all night long. Wait a second. I never thought about it. If it would be hard for you to replace Sleep With Me and the positive impact it has on your life, think about supporting the show. If you could easily replace the show, there's really no reason to support it, right? You could just replace the show with something else, right? But if you can't replace the show, you're the person I've been trying to get a hold of since April, right? You're the person that's going to make the difference between the podcast being here, coming out as it has been. So just ask yourself that question. And then if you haven't decided, if you're a person that's been putting it off, or you say, well, maybe, I don't know. If you can't replace the podcast, it'd be difficult for you to replace the podcast. Think about everything else in your life that's irreplaceable. Is that worth $60 a year, $120 a year, $240 a year to you? Because it'll make a huge difference in the future of the show. That $60 a year, that cup of coffee a month, a pizza a month, whatever it is, that'll mean you don't have to replace the podcast. If you'd really have a hard time replacing Sleep With Me, let's not even worry about it and support the show, or consider supporting the show. Test out supporting the show at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks. Oh, Mystery Bart. A lot of people help out on this show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bart. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcript.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. And don't forget, the most comfortable way to listen to Sleep With Me is with sleep phones. You can get sleep phones at sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleep-phones and use Sleep With Me for $5 off at checkout. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleep-phones. Use Sleep With Me at checkout. What do you say we get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you can set aside whatever's keeping you awake, whether that's thoughts on your mind, thoughts you're thinking about. So, yeah, thinking thoughts. It could be feelings, anything coming up for you emotionally. Wait, did I already do all that? I think I introduced the podcast twice. I'm so mixed up right now. I don't know why either. So I think what happened was I'm totally lost in my own podcast. This is interesting. This has happened before. And I'll be honest with you, what happened was I got a message in, and then I looked at it, and I said, and then I started overthinking about it. And then I refocused, but I had already lost my way. This is the only podcast where you could lose your way more than once. So thoughts, feelings. How many times have I started this podcast? I may be am I in a Morpheus loop? Is that different than I'm in a Morpheus strip. Oh boy, is it hot in here? Is it a Morpheus strip? Say, those aren't clouds you're wearing, are they, Morpheus? Holy moly. Talk about it. Anyway, whew, so whatever's keeping you awake, I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off of it. Even if I get distracted, I lean into it and go off topic. But the reason I make the show is because you deserve a good night's sleep. You deserve a place where you could get the rest you need so your life is more manageable tomorrow. And ideally, you get the rest you need on a regular basis so you could be out there in the world flourishing. And that's so bedtime does not have to be so much of a rigmarole that, it's something you could look forward to or at least feel neutral about. And I also make the show because I know how it feels in the deep, dark night, tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep. And I want to help that way, too. So, yeah, because I know what it's like for me. It may be different for you, but there's a lot of other people listening, and we share something in the deep, dark night, a sense that it's not easy for any of us. And sometimes it's not easy because of good things, and sometimes it's not easy because of middle things, and sometimes it's not easy because of tough things. And sometimes it's not easy because of things that are outside of my grasp or my control or my understanding even. And right now I'm dealing with like a month of variety pack. I got a variety pack of sleep issues. And I say, wait a second, I don't remember ordering this. But whatever it is for you, there's other people out there that really share and really get where you're at because there is enough people listening that is true. And they're rooting for you, hoping this podcast can help you out like it helped them out. And so, give it a few tries and see how it goes because it'd be great if we could help you out. And then you get to, then you can be here rooting for somebody else new. Or rooting for another regular listener who's dealing with the same stuff you're dealing with. Or something very similar. And the way the show works is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I use lulling, soothing, creaky dulcet tones, pointless meanders, and superfluous tangents. So I go off topic. I get mixed up. I forget what I was talking about. Then I kind of say, wait, what? And then I double back, reverse. I mean, it happened. I was at some point, I was trying to introduce the teaser of the podcast. Then I think I got confused. Then I started talking about music. And then I tried to start the podcast. I may have got confused in there. At some point, my brain was remembering like the Winter Walk episode in the middle of me talking and just showing me imagery. So that's how the pointless meanders and superfluous tangents work. But all of it's to keep you company, to make a podcast that you kind of just barely listen to, kind of like background noise or a TV on in the other room, a show streaming under your pillow, or a friend who calls who you're barely paying attention to. And And that takes some getting used to, right? If someone recommended this show or you searched for it and you've been having trouble sleeping, you probably got here, you're skeptical, you're doubtful, and now you're like, what is this guy talking about? I thought this was I thought this was bedtime stories for grown-ups. This show's been around since 2013. I'm having trouble believing that. Those are common reactions to the show, and it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to even feel a stronger version of that. Most people do not like me when they first get here. And I don't think I win over the majority of people because that's okay, right? This is a show that fits a certain need, and it's not a super specific need. It's kind of a medium, I don't know, medium general a kind of need? I don't know, but I mean, if you've ever said, I would like to listen to somebody who doesn't have a very strong Lego vocabulary, and he may have spatial awareness, but he has no idea, he has no spatial, he cannot communicate his spatial awareness. He has a lack of spatial awareness communication. That's just true. You know, most people don't know you're looking for something like that until you say, oh, okay. So all I can tell you is what many, many listeners said before you got here, which is give the show a few tries, see how it goes. It took me 2 or 3 tries. That's what most listeners say. And there are people that get it on the first try, and then there's people that never tune in again. And if you decide you strongly don't like me, you don't even want to listen after this, don't worry about it. I have a website set up, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. And it's been recommending other sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff to people for years. So, I mean, I think you could check that out. I mean, and see how it goes. Now, what else do you need to know? Podcast you don't listen to, most people don't like it. Oh, this isn't actually here to put you to sleep either. It's a sleep podcast before sleep podcasts were a thing. But I'm not here to put you to sleep. That's a big secret of sleep with me. I'm here to keep you company while you fall asleep versus putting you to sleep. I'm here to take your mind off of stuff and distract you and be here whether you need me or not. To be a presence that you do, I don't know, like to be someone that's there to say, okay, I kind of need you to keep me company, but not really. I say, okay, that's what I do. That's what I do best. And yeah, I just need you to be at a distance, but maybe talk, but maybe not talk. I don't know what I need exactly. I say, okay, I'm pretty flexible. And so I'm not here to put you to sleep. There's no pressure to fall asleep. That's why the episodes are over an hour. There's people listening who can't sleep at all or who need a break during the day. So I'm here for the whole episode to the very end, whether you're awake or asleep, whether you're listening or not. So you could listen to me, but you don't need to listen to me. Because I'm not here to be a guru or even a sleep expert or even a person. I'm here to be your boar friend, your presence in the deep dark night, your boar bay, your boar sib, your boar bud, your neighbor, your boar bee, your boarman, your borbur, your Boris Borloff, your best boar friend forever, and just hang out with you while you fall asleep. That's a little bit different. So just kind of see how it goes. But I'll be here for over an hour, and there's like 600 plus shows in this version of the podcast you could listen to. What else do you need to know? The other thing I like to go over is the structure of the show, just so I can meet you where you are. If you're new or you're like, I'm evaluating this show. Why is it structured this way? And if this is like your 4th, 5th, 6th episode, to say, hey, I think I'm a regular listener now. How can I adjust the show to meet my needs? Great question. We do put all that in mind, and we have over the years. And so the show is structured in this way to benefit the maximum amount of people it can. But there's other versions of the show out there and other ways you could listen as you become a regular listener. And you say, oh, I have a preference about the podcast now. And I say, great. So let me tell you about this version of the show. This is the main version of the show. It starts off with a greeting, friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So if you feel seen and welcomed in, you say, oh, okay, I might check that podcast out. It doesn't sound too bad, even though I don't know what this guy's talking about. Maybe that got you this far, right? So that's the greeting, right? A nice, mild, barely humorous greeting where you get the tone, but you feel welcome. Then there's support, like I said earlier, so that paying for the podcast is optional. So if you're new, you're only listening as you're studying for a test, or you're anticipating something, getting over something, going through something, or you only listen to the show time to time when times are tough. This ad-supported version's for you. Or if you're new, and if you're a regular listener, you prefer something without ads, you could get that at Sleep With Me Plus. If you say, yeah, I don't like the ads. Yeah, if you're a regular listener, just use Sleep With Me Plus. Then after the support is totally separate from the support is our intro. Now, the intro is a show within a show meant to introduce the podcast and ease you into bedtime. It's about 15 to 20 minutes long. Every intro I follow is familiar structure, but I get lost on the way. I don't get lost on the way on purpose, but I let myself get lost because the podcast, the intro is meant to be familiar but different every time. I think variety is one of the important things for podcasts like this. So you know I'm putting in effort. You know I'm actually here to keep you company. And I don't know, whatever it is, my brain adjusts too much. Every strategy I try, I have to change. Otherwise, whatever keeps me awake adjusts and say, nope, not tonight. That's why the intro changes every time, but it follows a familiar structure. The reason it's 15 to 20 minutes long is to ease you into bedtime. It's not so much to put you to sleep. If you fall asleep fast, you should definitely support the show. If you don't like the intros, you could check out Bedtime Stories from Sleep With Me. That's in all podcast apps. Yeah, I don't know. What else did you need to know? Fall asleep fast. Oh, the intro is meant to ease you into bedtime, not to put you. So while you're in bed getting comfortable, you're winding down, you're getting ready for bed, you're chilling out. That's what the intro is there for, to ease you into bedtime, to be a buffer or a landing strip. And that's what's just been shown to work over the years, and what works for me personally is having a wind-down routine. So that's the intro. Then there'll be some support between the intro and the story, and then there'll be our bedtime story where I'll be reading through brick building instructions and talking about pips and 2x4, 2x6s and blocks and tiles and plates, right? Those are the main categories of bricks, I think. I mean, you say, what is it? I don't even know if it's Pantone or Pantone, but whoever that, they were like, I can't believe you just called it that color. That's not even close. They say, what are you, 00AQ5? I don't understand that. So they said, that's not Pantone. That's a hex, whatever, scuzzy. And I say, are you sure about that? No, I'm not sure about that at all. But yeah, I don't know my pine green from my forest green. You're right about that one. Holy cow, you got me. I wouldn't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't have a big vocabulary when it comes to bricks or colors. I could work on it. Like I said, maybe one day I will. I also have a nice, strong internal critic that I'm able to make it mild during the sleep podcast, which is nice. So the intro eases you into bedtime. Then there's support. Then there's our bedtime story. All told, we'll be here about an hour to keep you company and take your mind off stuff. I'm really glad you're here. I work really hard. I yearn and I strive. I really hope I can help you fall asleep. But thanks again for coming by. If you're new, you're not a regular listener, don't worry about it. But if you are a regular listener, we do count on listeners just like you so we can be here. So these are the ways you could support the show back if it does make your life better. Thanks. Hey everybody, this is Scoots, and this message is only for super fans of the podcast. People that, particularly if you listen all night long or you fall asleep fast, listen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nights a week, or you've been listening longer than a year, longer than 3 years. If that's not the case, this is not a message directed at you. But if you're in one of those groups, you're just like, this podcast has changed my life so much. I do have to ask you, would you miss the podcast if it's gone? And if the answer's no, or nah, I'd find it something else, or yeah, no, I have 3 sleep backup podcasts, don't worry about it. But if you would miss this podcast if it's gone, and you have not considered supporting the show on Sleep With Me Plus, we really do need your support. We've been trying to get it since April, and I've been really working hard at just getting your attention. And it's fine if you've decided not to support the podcast, but if you've considered it and are putting it off, don't put it off any longer, because if you'd miss the podcast if it's gone, and you haven't considered supporting the show on Sleep With Me Plus, I mean, not only do you get tons of amazing bonus content, but it's what keeps the show around. So if you'd miss the show if it's gone, and you haven't considered supporting the show on Sleep With Me Plus, please try it out right now. Right now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Set up the bonus content tomorrow. But if you'd miss a show, if it's going to take action right now, sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Test it out. See what you think. And become a part of the future of this show. And it'll be around. That's at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks. Everybody, Scoots here. If you're watching us behind the scenes, you're watching the video, you're seeing the slow deconstruction of the climbing closet. Still have about 10, 20, let's see. Yeah, still have quite a few episodes to record here, but most of the climbing stuff, closet stuff's getting moved. So, all right. So we're picking up on Lego construction here. And, yeah, we're building. Oh boy, that's not what we're building. Okay. Let's find. I'm pretty sure I left it. I hope, Scoots, I hope you left a bookmark. I probably did. I don't see one there. Okay. Do you remember what we were building? A Muppet Vision 3D, right? The building. We last left off, I was building something with Legos. And I remember doing these, aqueduct type things, okay? The fountain, I think we were working on the fountain. Okay, we did the lights out front. You didn't leave oh no, you did. Oh, great news. You did leave a bookmark. Okay, great. So we were on step 28. We had to put out the fountain. We'd worked on something that might be a fountain and some lights. And 28. So if you were waiting, this is kind of like a old time radio. This is something like in that movie with Ralphie, where he's waiting to find out if he knows the code. But if you had ordered this brick set, then you probably already were working on it. Okay, so for step 20, we're on step 28, and we need for this one 2 light tan 1x2s or 2x1s, and then 1x2, 2x1, 1x2s then, I guess. I forgot about I forgot what the shared language of Legos. Is that a book about love? The shared language of Legos? Can somebody let me know to write that? How it didn't apply to my life. Okay, then we need like the mud colored 1x4, 4x1, 2 of those as well. It's more of a rusty mud color. And what we're going to do there is we're going to do some walling. Okay, so on the non-fountain side, so we're basically going to take our, let's establish a shared architecture layout. We're going to take, we were building in a square the whole time, right? So we're going to take the square And if our chest is the center line of the square, like this, going to be the dividing line of the square, on the left side of our chest will be what we were like the patio in the fountain, or the front, the facade side, going straight ahead of the building we're building. And then on the right side will be the rear of the building. The building's bootay. I don't know if a building's ever been said it's at. I mean, you say the rear of the building. You don't see the building's butt, though. I guess the bottom of the building, that's weird, that the rear of the building and you see, on humans, we just have a rear and a bottom. It's just kind of the same thing. And it's our back side. Building, you're so much more complicated. You got a rear and a bottom. Your back side, I guess, would be the same as your rear, but your bottom is like when we're sitting down. But you're always buildings. We're always sitting down. If we're walking, it's probably a Miyazaki movie or something else. Okay, so we're working on the rear of the building, and we're going to establish some walls on each side. So in this case, it would be on the right side, on the top and the bottom. And what we're going to do first is, I forgot how to describe Legos. Okay, so we have our curb, right? Or our building outline, which is black tiles. So we're going to go to the bottom, closest to our chest on the right side, and flush with the building, we're going to put a 1x4 rusty brown colored one, rusty mud color. Then behind it, flush with the curb, we're going to put a 1x2 tan piece. Then on top, we're going to alternate. So we're also going to interlock. So then we'll do flush with the building side, a 1x2, and then behind that, a 1x4 in alternating colors. And then at the top, against the top curb, flush with the building, we'll do the same exact thing. So 1x4, 1x2, and then on top of that 1x2, 1x4. So we'll have the beginnings of some walls. And then in step 29, we're just going to continue that work with the same four. Last time we did it with 2 and 2. This time we're going to do it with 4 and 4. Oh, wow. So we're going to do, I'm confused though. Why does that end up being so much more? Oh, I see. I was mixed up. We already had, so we already had one piece of wall. I wasn't following. There's a red outline. So basically, yeah, we're going to continue the wall up. So in the end, the wall will be the alternating colors. It'll only be 4 high, where so this time we'll only need 2. So this, currently, if you were following my directions, which were incorrect, you'd have the wall would be 3 sets of bricks high. So then we'll just top it off. If you were listening to me, but also realizing I'm a sleep podcaster, your wall will only be 2 sets of bricks high. But in the end, we're going to want the rear walls at this point on stage 29 to be 4 sets of bricks high, alternating and interlocking, which with 1x2s and 1x4s, which I think makes sense. And here's the great news. Then we're going to put a 5th level on there on 30. And again, just like really nice, not checkerboard pattern, but, like a style. This is stylized, man. The Muppets want to be in a stylized place. So for step 30, we'll finish off our side walls for now with 2 1x2s tan and 2 1x4s rusty brown. And we'll put those on top of each wall, and then we'll cap off each wall with 1 1x6 gray tile. So our walls will be nicely topped. Oh, boy, will they. You say, that's a nice wall, man. Say, thank you. You wouldn't believe how hard it was to build it. I was listening to a sleep podcast. Okay, next up is going to be some surprising. I mean, everything's surprising for me. We're on 31 now. And for 31, I'm not understanding this. I am not understanding this. So just give me a minute to don't see where that piece goes. Okay. So, okay. Now I get it. Okay. Sorry. I just wanted, before I confused you even more. Okay. So this one, here's the hard but easy part. We're going to take what is this called? A plate, right? A 1x4 plate. So that's like a thinner piece, studs, but it has studs. It is, studly. And that's a 1x4 light tan. Now, all we're going to do is we kind of, we just finished those side walls. And then we've kind of got this platform, right, that is next to the walls, like our second story. And on that second story, if we're, again, using our chest as the center point, and you're looking at the second story, there's 1, 2, 3, maybe 10, a 2x10 rusty brown plate running away from our chest upwards. To the right of that, flush with the wall, flush with that plate, we're going to put our light tan 1x4 plates. And then above that, you should see like a U of like, but there'll be a little bit of a gap, right? Okay, then we're going to take these pieces, which I have these super tall, pale, off-white pieces. They're as tall, they came in the kit, so it should be easy to find. If you're working with Legos on your own, you're probably, smarter than me anyway. So, but, these are like as tall as they go to the top of the wall, to the top of the top of the top of the wall, top of the pops, I think is the show I was thinking of. So we're going to need 2 of those. And we're going to place those on our ground floor, perpendicular to our wall, but also flush against our second floor. There's only, you're going to put them on, they're going to be attached on the ground floor on our base plate. So that should give you, there's only 2 places they could go on our base plate and only one where they could be flush and perpendicular. So they're perpendicular to our back walls or side walls and parallel with our second floor, flush with our second floor. So I think you could get that. Oh, wow. Now we're working on like the curtain or the, is that what do they call it? They call it something in the theater, but not the accoutrement. That's what popped in my head. Okay. So we're also going to use very tall pieces. Oh, so that piece earlier was a 2x1 super tall. Now we're going to use 1x1 super tall. We're going to get 4 bright red and 4 maroon super tall 1x1s. And we're going to build out the back of I guess this is like the back, the stage wall almost. And we're going to go maroon, red, maroon, red, maroon, red, maroon, red. Basically, connecting the 2 pieces we just put in. Okay, next up is, these are modified bricks, just to give you a heads up. And how many we need? We need 6 of these. These are 1x2 modified bricks, studs on the face. And the faces, we're going to put those on top of what we did, this back stage. The studs on the face are going to be facing towards the back of the theater. So towards our right hand, the studs on the faces. So basically, when you're done, you'll have capped off the entire row that we just installed with studs on faces. So it'll kind of look like there's a bunch of like circles looking out the back of the theater. Then we're going to we're going to do a double capping here. So we are going to first cap off the top with 2 1 by whatever that was, 8 or 1 by 6. I think actually, let me go back. 2 1 by 6 gray plates. So we're going to cap off our modified bricks with those, and then we're going to face off the bricks with 1 by 2 kind of grooved plates, like grooved. What are those called? Kind of fancy plates. I don't know. We've used them before, but I can't think of beveled. Yeah, beveled plates with grooves in them that are light, that same off-white color. Okay, then we're going to take 10 maroon 1 by 2 wedge shapes, or door stoppers. Let's just call them door stoppers. 1 by 2 maroon door stoppers. And we're going to place those on all. So we have 10 open maroon things behind what we just built, maroon squares with studs on top, single studs. We're going to place these door stoppers on them so that the door stopping part is facing the backs, the wall, our left, and the high part is to the right. So if you were jumping a motorcycle or something, you'd be driving from the front of the theater through the theater, then jump, do the 2 jumps, and you jump out the back. Though we don't recommend that. Now we're going to move to part 36 here. And for 36, we're going to need 2 modified maroon bricks, 1 by 2 with studs on the face. And then 2 1 by 2 double-sized bricks that are also maroon. And what we're going to do is we're going to put those against our wall. Like, so there should only be the last thing on the inside of this side of the theater we have open is on our base plate. There's 2 spots on the top, 2 spots on the bottom, or 2 spots on the left, 2 spots on the right, depending on kind of on either side of our door stoppers, which could be seats. I have no idea. Oh, that's interesting. Like, it's kind of imagining, like, is that like the theater? I don't know. But so we're going to place those. First, we're going to place the 1 by 2 maroons that are tall, then put the modified bricks, or the bricks. Are those modified bricks? Yeah. With the studs facing the inside of the left and the right. Okay, then we're going to do some fancy work. I guess this is the inside of the theater. Wow, theater of the mind, man. So, okay, so now we're going to build the what do you call those things? The balconies, yeah. Okay, so to build the balconies, those are the beginnings of the balconies. That was a book I never wrote too. The Beginnings of Balconies. I was thinking of something else. I love recording for balconies for the podcast. So that's funny. Okay, so for that, we're going to need 1, well, for each balcony, because I know we're going to do this twice. Oh, no, we're going to only do it once and then repeat it. Okay, so we need 1 by 1 brick, bright red. 1 by 2 gold or mustard plate. And then 1 bright red curvy piece that works for what we're doing. And what we're going to do, first thing you're going to do is on the curvy piece has 2 open studs or 2 open receptors. We're going to take the red brick and put it on the like left side of that. Then we're going to put the it also has 2 inside its curve. We're going to put the plate on the inside of its curve. And then we're all going to attach that whole thing to the face with we're going to use the mustard brick and attach it to the face of the modified brick. So you're starting to see the shape of a balcony take place. Then on top of the balcony, we're going to take a 1x2 maroon brick. I don't know what's going to happen next. This is breathtaking. This is real. Like, oh, holy moly. I'm really impressed. I didn't know what to expect next. We're actually building the balcony. So the next thing, we're going to have one this is a great shape. It's the shape of a grate. It's a 1x2 maroon grate. We're going to put that on top of the piece we just placed, the maroon piece. So it's kind of like the air part, like it airs out the balcony. And then we've got 2 pieces that I can only say are like balcony pieces or umbrella or awning pieces. We're going to attach those. How are we attaching them? Interesting. I have no idea how these are attached. I really don't. Did I miss a step? No, Oh, I guess they attach to each other around the brick. So basically you make a balcony. Trust me on it. Okay, then we're going to repeat the whole same process on the right side. So 1 red, 1x1, 1 maroon or mustard plate, 1x2, then a curvy red piece, and put that on the bottom. Then we're going to put a maroon piece, 1x2 brick on top, and then we're going to surround it and top it off. Okay, now it's time to rotate our entire thing. So we're going to rotate our entire structure until in the center of our chest is we're facing the front of what we're assuming is the front of the building, and the fountain is facing our chest. Okay? I know that's confusing because it's me, but and we're going to start to work on the second story of this front facade. This is step 43. And what we're going to do is we're going to get some plates, a 1x4 like tan plate, 2 of those. Then a 2x4 tan, rusty brown plate, 2 of those. And then 1 2x4 regular brick that's mustard. And we're going to kind of build up. So we're going to put behind the modified brick, we're going to put the mustard brick behind the modified brick. That's 4 pips are facing out. So behind what I'm presuming is going to be a clock or something, or a sign. And then on the left and right side of that maroon modified brick, towards on the how do I explain this? Because I don't have a previously on picture. But okay, I got it. So I don't think that will be touching. That there'll be a gap behind that mustard brick, right? But so on the left side, we're going to, the 2x4 plate in the left and right sides, but flush with the wall, we'll place those. And then in front of those, we'll put the 1x4s. Okay, and then we're going to continue building forward. We're going to build in front of that. We're going to, on 44, we're going to take 4 gray 1x1 plates and 2 off-white 1x2 plates, and we're just going to go right in front. We're going to go gray, off-white, gray, and then on the other side of the clock, gray, off-white, gray. Okay, now we're going to do some superstructure type stuff, and we're going to need 4 1x4 bricks that are rusty mud colored. Old rusty mud. Remember rusty mud? No, neither do I. And then we're going to need one 1x2, like tan brick. Okay, so this is a complicated one. I don't know why they got to make it complicated. Don't they know I'm trying to do this as a sleep podcast? Okay, so we have the building is facing the center of our chest is lined up with that circle, right? So on the right side, we had been working left to right. Now we're going to work top to bottom. On all the way the right side, top to bottom, so perpendicular or on top, perpendicularly on top of. Was that a jet? Remember that band there was a TV show called The Jetsons. Then there was a band on The Jetsons. Can't remember the name of the band, but I think they had a song perpendicularly on top. They also had Boop Beep Bork Bapa. That means I love you. But perpendicularly on top was that a Fish song? Either way, that was a good one. Perpendicularly on top. Lengthwise was a Fish song. My brain's just throwing stuff as zingers at me. But I just like how perpendicularly on top sounds. You see, this is impossible to be true. It's until today it is. Until today. That's why we play with bricks. We don't, I mean, people do brick building as jobs. I mean, even Lego brick building, but, okay, so getting back to this, okay, so on the right side, we're going to take one of the 1x4 bricks from top to bottom, perpendicular on top, then perpendicular to that against the back top wall, we'll put the 1x2. So it'll be at a right angle. Then again, perpendicularly on top, like parallel to the one we just placed, but two away will be another one. And then we'll repeat that on the other side of the clock tower. We just won't have the piece in the middle, the 1x2, the tan one. All right, now we're getting fancy. Now we're doing some windows or something. Okay, so 46, we're going to need two 1x2 bricks that are somewhat translucent with a purple tint to them. And then 2x2 lavender, two of those, lavender 2x2 bricks. And then one 2x4 tan plate. The 2x4 tan plate we're going to put on the on top of the mustard brick behind the clock or the clock face or whatever it is. Then we're going to place the windows to left and right of the clock tower first, like the front part of the facade. We can put those on. Behind those, we're going to put the lavender bricks. So then there'll only be like one gap, but on the left side. Interesting. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. Okay, now we're going to top off this entire layer with plates. So we're going to need one 2x4 plate that's off-white, and then two 1, 2, 3. Oh, boy. Just jump back like 15 steps when I was trying to zoom. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So two off-white plates that are 2x10s. And the 2x10s, we're going to start those at the right side and work our way across, going from right to left, parallel. And then perpendicular to those, perpendicularly not on top, but perpendicularly on the side. That was their second hit. We're going to put that 2x4 plate. So basically that whole top layer will be covered now. But we're not done building now. Not even close. Not even close. Next up, we're going to need some... these ones are more of sand-colored bricks. The one kind of similar to what we've been using. I don't know what I've been calling them before that, because just maybe I've been calling them tan. Now I decided to change my vocabulary. But they just decide right now, and they're saying to me, those are sand-colored. So we need, these are bricks, a 1x2, a 1x3, and then two 2x2s. And this is somewhat complicated, unnecessarily, maybe. I don't know. I mean, for me, all brick building is. Okay, so again, we've agreed that the fountain is in our center. So we're going to reach up with our right hand, and we're going to put our right hand on the roof, the top layer we've just did. Now we're going to extend our index finger. We're going to bring our index finger all the way to the right and cover all 4 of the roofing material we just put. And then you're going to move your finger 1 down. So there's 4. Your finger's covering the second row of pips or studs or whatever. Okay, where the tip of your finger is, so the top, back, second pip, you're going to put you're going to start one of the 1x2, and then it's going to continue parallel with the back. Okay, then you're going to leave a gap of 1 pip in, and then you're going to put the 2x2s, but they're going to overhang. They're going to actually you're going to put them overhanging out the back. And so I guess they're over the gray thing, as far as I can tell. Then you're going to do the 1x3. But trust me, this is all going to come together just like the balcony did. So it's kind of like the back half of our second or third floor. Oh, yeah. And then, okay. So then next up, 49, we're going to have 3 1x2 bricks that are modified bricks that look like bricks. And we're going to do those like in those gaps. But instead of hanging over, they're going to come forward. So they'll be against the back, but coming forward like walls. Then we're going to have 3 2x2 lavender bricks. And the first one is going to be on the left side. We're going to nestle it in on the left side so it's up against that modified brick that looks like a brick, but not all like it's nestled against it, but also nestled against the back wall. So it fits in just like a square because it's square. Then we're going to leave a gap of 1 pip. Then we're going to put the next 2 rounds of lavender 2x2s. So our third lavender 2x2 is also nestled against a modified brick that looks like a brick. Okay, then, so this is like a 3rd story fancy stuff. Oh, I guess because we're making like a clock tower type thing, huh? Okay, then we're going to get a modified brick that looks like a brick, a 1x2. And then 2 1x2. These are all sand colored. And we're going to build those as a square around our first, leftmost lavender bricks. But the modified brick that looks like a brick will be facing the front of the building, or facing out from the front of the building. Okay? I know it's tough to imagine, but it is happening. Okay, now we're going to work on the right side of this second or third story. We're going to have a 1x2 sand-colored plates, and then 2 1x2 modified bricks that look like a brick that are sand-colored. And those ones we're going to kind of be building like some sort of... we're going to build those, how do we say this? So the 1x2 plate will go, we're going to kind of build a square similar to the other square, but different. So this is our right side square. So the bricks are going to continue the wall, like the bricks are going to go on the left and right side of the square on the right side. They're going to actually just line up with the other modified bricks that look like a brick. And then in the front, on the facade side, we're going to put that plate to complete the square, the 1x2 plate. And you say, well, it's still open. And you say, yeah, it's still open for something, which is in step 53, which is a 1x2 taller modified brick with 4 studs on the face. So we're going to put that on top of the plate. And then we're going to have 4 modified bricks that look like a brick that are sand colored. And we're going to continue the wall. So it's all kind of flush on the right side. And then we're going to take a modified brick that looks like a clock and put it on that face. And then a 1x2 brick, sand colored, and put that on the back so that the structure's still, you know, so we have some sound structure. Okay. And then we're going to top that whole thing off with 2 plates that are off-white, that are 4x4 plates on top of one another. So that like caps off that clock tower part for now. And then on the front, so to the left of our clock, we're going to take a 1x4 plate that's sand colored and put that across the front of the facade. So it'll be in front of the two lavender bricks. Then we're going to build out that part. So we're going to put on top of what we just placed 2 1x2 modified bricks that look like a brick that are sand colored. And then behind that, we're going to do another plate, 4x4 off-white plate to cap off that. Okay, then we're going to cap off with the leftmost square. So we've got these 3 different squares, right? 3 different levels. We're going to cap off our leftmost square with a 4x4 off-white plate. And then the only thing that'll be different is like the middle 4x4 off-white plate also has a wall in front of it. On top of that wall, in the middle, above the other sign clock tower thing, we're going to put a 1x2 tan plate or sand colored plate. Okay, now we're going to get a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is a mustard plate that's 2x6. And what are we going to do with that? We're going to take it and we're going to put it, so basically we got 2 squares that are at one level and then the clock tower. So we're going to ignore the clock tower and we're going to take this mustard plate and we're going to put it, along the back so it's flush with the clock tower on this lower square, but also overhanging by 1 pip out the back. So you're going to have to be careful here as you build because you're not going to have anything below it, right? Giving it stability. Okay, then on top of that, we're going to get 4 1x2 mustard bricks, and we're going to put those on top of the mustard plate. But we're going to go against the clock tower part. We'll put 1 of those. Then we'll leave a gap. Then we'll put 2. Then we'll leave a gap. And then we'll put 1. But don't worry, we're not finished yet. Now we're going to take 2. For step 60, we're going to take 2 1x1 mustard bricks. I have trouble saying mustard or remembering it. And we're going to place those on top of the so in the gaps, but on the overhang part of the gaps. Then we're going to keep going. We're going to get 4 1x1 mustard plates, and we're going to place 2 of those each on top of the pieces we just placed. Oh, wow. Now we're getting fancy here. Holy cow. Okay, so we did that. Now 62, we're going to get 4 door stoppers that are mustard colored, 1x2 door stoppers. And we're going to place those on top of the 1x2s so that they look like kind of like little houses. I think you'll be able to figure it out doing it yourself because I don't even know how to explain it. Then then we only have these like 1 pip gaps in our little superstructures here. And in 63, we're going to take 2 white, these are white, 1x2 modified, 1x1 modified bricks with 2 vertical pips on their face. And then we're going to put a gray grate on each one of those, a 1x2 gray grate. And then we're going to put those in the gaps. So they kind of look like, I don't know, stuff to be on top of a building. Fancy stuff. And then in 64, we're going to do, what did I call those again? Forgot, not prisms, but 2 mustard colored 1x2 plates that have like notches and bevels. And we're going to cap off our buildings. So they kind of look like little mustard kind of houses or something, or storage units. But yeah, they're part of the roof. Okay, then we're going to put 6 1x2 plates, and we're going to use that to kind of, on the left side of this second or third story, we're going to start to kind of smooth, like build a floor. So we're going to put against the leftmost mustard thing, 2 of those, then 3 in a row, and then out the front 2 plates. Then we're going to do some more clock tower building. We're going to take 6 modified bricks that look like a brick, and on the clock tower, we're just going to do a square. Those 6 modified bricks that look like a brick. Then on top of that, for 67, we'll take a plate, a 4x4 off-white plate, and top off those modified bricks that look like bricks. Then we'll also take a off-white curvy piece that's like a 1x4 but has a curve. And we're going to cap off that front, those modified bricks with the plate so it has a nice curve to it. Okay, then on 68, we're going to take 6 1x2 off-white plates and 1 2x2 sand-colored plate with 1 pip on top. And we're going to do the square of the off-white plates and then put the 2x2 with the pip on top in the middle. Then we're going to work on something fancy for that. I don't even know what to call this piece. Okay. So we're going to take a 1x1 plate with a pip on top. Oh, plate. I guess it's a plate because it has a pip on top. And then a 2x2 circle that has a hole in the middle. We're going to flip the pip, the plate upside down. And then we're going to put that whole thing on top of there. And then we're going to take a pink, we're going to take another 1x2 maroon plate and put that there. And then we're going to put a pink circle, 1x1 circle on the top of that. And this is kind of what, like the style. Then on inside of that hole, we're going to take we're going to take like a circle, a half a sphere, a bright red half a sphere. We're going to put that round side down into the pink circle. So it kind of looks like a rose almost. And then on top of that, we're going to put like an axle type piece that's black. Oh, yeah, because it's like a floral type. If you've seen this at Muppet, I don't even know. I can't remember what it was, but I can't believe perfect for a silly podcast, my knowledge. Then we're going to have a 2x2 plate circle that's green, Kermit green. We're going to put that around the axle on top of the upside down rose. And then we're going to top that off with another sphere that's yellow, half sphere that's yellow. And then we're going to put a round plate, a circle, 1x1 circle plate on top. I think it's like an ice cream. Maybe it was ice cream. I can't remember. Okay, then we're going to build something separate. I don't know what it is. But we're going to get a cone that's kind of like orange, 1x1 cone. Then we're going to put a white rod in it. So it kind of looks like a small lightsaber. Then we're going to put a blue modified brick, a 1x1 with studs all on all sides but the bottom. So it has a stud on every face. And then on one side of the face, we're going to put a plate that's a half a circle. And then on the other side, we're going to put a 1x1 door stopper that's mustard colored. And then on the left and right sides, we're going to put 1x1 blue door stoppers. And then on top, we're going to put 1x1 blue circle and then a 1x1 red circle plates on top of that. Okay, then on top of that, we're going to put a white or maybe translucent 1x1 circle. And then on top of that, we're going to put a 1x1 red plate. And then I think we're done with whatever this is, which is just another sculpture. Maybe it was a wind thing. We're going to put that on our center part of our roof in front of our mustard-colored sheds. And then we're going to work on this Kermit sign that I think was out in front of this theater. And we're on the home stretch, so believe it or not. So we're going to, this one I may be able to explain somewhat. Okay, so we're going to start off with a 4x4 black plate. Then on the 4x4 black plate, we're going to have a lime-colored, oh boy, right angle. So 1x2 right angle lime-colored thing. So it looks like an L or a right angle. And we're going to put that on, let's see, how do I describe that? So you're going to hold out your hand like an L. And then you're going to put it so that there's one set of pips on the left side. So it's touching the top of the plate. Then below that, we're going to have these two pieces that kind of look like they're mustard wings. They're 3x1 that expands to 3 wings. And we're going to put those underneath so that the 3 part is beneath the, so they go meet in the middle below the right angle piece, so lime right angle piece. Then those also have 4 studs or 3 studs on top. On 4 of the 6 studs, if you count both pieces together, on the left and right sides, we'll put 4 circle 1x1 red plates, so red circles. Okay, then below that we'll have just 2 open pips, and that one we're going to put a shield, a red shield, with the pointy part pointing down. I guess the red shield's probably like a 2x4 with it could be also like a home plate. And then we're going to take these half circle pieces and put those, well, these are white half circle pieces, and we're going to put them off center on the left and right sides of the lime green right angle. Okay, and then we're going to keep building out this lime green right angle with like, I think what was essentially some sort of Kermit symbol. So we're going to have 3, we're going to have 1 half circle Kelly green plate, Kermit green plate, sorry, Kermit. Then 2 green quarter circles, and then 1 black corner circle. And we're going to put those on the front of the plate. The 3 Kelly green ones will go on top of the lime green ones. So it looks like 2/3 of Kermit's face. And then we'll put the black one like it's like Kermit's eye winking, right? So that's like 88. Essentially, it's the sign that goes on the facade. And we're going to put that, we're going to attach that to the other open clock tower piece, right? So that's like the sign in front of the theater. It says Muppet Vision 3D in our imagination with Kermit's face. Because this is micro building. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we have that attached. Now we're going to finish out our fountain. 90. We're on 90. Believe it? To finish out the fountain, we're going to use a light blue circle with a stud on top. And on top of that, we're going to put a gray nozzle type thing. And then we're going to put that in the fountain. And then on top of that, we're going to put a light blue translucent piece. And then on top of that, we got a mini fig to cap that off. That's green, so it's kind of like a Miss Piggy Kermit minifig. And then around it, we're going to have these things that look like dancing water. There's 6 translucent dancing water pieces that we can insert on 6 of the 8 things around the fountain. We could leave the first 2 pieces of the fountain open. And that's it, 93, right? Look at your thing and enjoy. So, yeah, that's it. We did it. And we did it together. And, yeah, you could always support the Trevor Project through the Orlando Park Stop fundraiser, even if it's not during the active fundraising season. But I hope you enjoyed this episode, and good night. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots. Before you go to sleep here, this is just a tuck you in message for super fans of the show, super listeners, people that listen all night long, people that fall asleep fast. Maybe I caught you somehow. People that listen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 episodes a week. People have listened longer than a year, longer than 3 years, longer than 5 years. If your life has changed, I've been saying this since April in a really direct way, but if the podcast makes your life better, it has changed your life, and it's not replaceable. Like, if you have something you could replace this podcast with, don't worry about it. But if you say, man, I'd have trouble replacing this show. Scoots didn't make the show anymore. I don't know how I'd feel about somebody else making the show. If Sleep With Me was just gone, or if it was behind a paywall, if there was less episodes, less free, or if the show was just not there, would you miss it? Would it be hard for you to replace it? If that's the case, please consider supporting the show. Test it out even. Just sign up right now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Because most people that wait for tomorrow wait a few years, to be honest, or maybe never support the show. It's always tomorrow. Don't wait till tomorrow. If you're going to miss a show, support it right now. Set up the bonus content tomorrow when you're rested. But you could do that. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Then you don't have to worry about any of this. And also, like a lot of people that aren't in a position to support the show or having to cut back right now, you'll be supporting the show for them too, which is pretty cool. But if you've been thinking about it and you haven't done it, you're who I'm trying to get a hold of. Because a lot of people, more people have decided they're not going to support the show than support the show. But it's the people in the middle that I just can't quite get a hold of that are going to change the future of the podcast either way. So if you're one of them and you'd miss a show, support it. sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. Thanks.